Hello! So I'm finally doing a proper fashion video for you today. I know, what took me so long? I thought I would just talk through some of my favourite wardrobe pieces and why they mean a lot to me. It's emotional, it's deep. But no, seriously, I really love clothes. I mean, I love expressing myself through what I wear and trying out new styles. My wardrobe, it's mainly high street with a few of those like in-betweeny bridge brands and then the odd bit of designer that I would have bought in the sale. So if you look at me and you think she's flash, it's probably been bought in the sale, yeah. The main things I look at are the shape, the fit, the fabric, and then how I feel when I try it on. I'm looking for dresses that either knit me in, or if they're loose, that everything hits me at the right point where I just feel comfortable. I mean, it's all about your comfort levels really when it comes to what you wear and your confidence, because I say as long as you have conviction, you can wear anything. I thought I would show you the pieces I reach for time and time again, season after season, year after year. Like I just love them. I just love them. Okay, so I've got a lot of love for these pieces. My first wardrobe item is this Topshop leather jacket. Yeah, I actually bought this back in 2007, so it's one of the oldest pieces in my wardrobe. We've been through a lot, me and this jacket. Like, it's actually a bit emotional. Many moons ago, I used to work in Topshop, and I saw a girl who'd bought this, like a member of staff, and she looked really cool, and I was like, leather jacket, do I need a leather jacket? And then it went out of stock and I was like, oh my god, I need this exact jacket. This always happens to me. I'm always umming and ahhing and then something goes out of stock and then I'm like, I need it in my life, and I go through this period of despair. I bought this with my student loan, my first student loan payment. Luckily I didn't go too crazy, but it's just been like, it's been such an essential wardrobe item. It's great in like in-betweeny transitional weather. It goes with dresses, like it's really good at dressing down things. So if I'm wearing a really pretty dress, I just chuck it over the top and I'm like, yay, I don't look like a little girl anymore. Yeah, means a lot. My next wardrobe item is this House of Hackney squiggle print dress. Now, this is a brand I have a lot of love for. They have a really, really cool store in East London. It's a bit of a flagship and the prints are just amazing. Like, they do lots of florals, lots of abstract prints, and they've also collaborated with William Morris and used some of his prints with their own flair, which is quite interesting. You can get any of their prints on wallpaper, notebooks, furnishings, homeware, like crockery, anything. And like previously, I think I'd only been able to buy notebooks. Some of the dresses are like £300, but luckily they do sample sales every so often. But I actually got this in the ASOS sale, so this was about 2 years ago, I think. What I tend to do is I stalk things on ASOS, I put them in my save for later basket, and I just stalk and stalk until the price goes down to the right price. So I can't remember exactly what this was, between 50 and 70% off, but luckily I managed to get it in my size. And we've just been, you know, friends ever since. Like, my two main dress shapes are either like nipped in skater style or a smock. Because sometimes I'm just like, I want to eat. It's silk, so it's great in the summer, but then equally I'll wear it with my thermals in the winter and like layer it up. So it's just a really, really versatile piece. So my third piece is this Next bucket bag. So one thing about Next is that they always tend to have a few hero pieces each season, and then people ask you where they're from and you're like, it's from Next. And they're like, what? Sometimes the bulk of the range isn't necessarily for me, but then there'll be the odd like dress or top, which I think is, you know, a little bit like Isabel Marant, or, you know, this kind of reminded me of, it's not quite Mansur Gavriel, I'm really bad at pronouncing, you know, that bucket bag that everyone keeps going on about. It's not quite as minimal, but I kind of like that because it's got pockets, it's got compartments, it's got this nice faux pony skin detailing. It's also a burgundy colour, which is my favourite colour. I treat it as a neutral, so it goes with black or navy or like camel. It's just a really versatile colour. This is quite a good bag to bring with me when I'm travelling because it will fit my big camera, but also like my other bits and bobs as well, like purse, makeup, whatever. Yeah, and you don't expect it to be Next. Like, I hope they do more things like this because it's just really nice. It's like, oh, it's so nice. So next I have this ASOS leopard print coat. Now, leopard print. Let me talk about leopard print. So for ages, I just had these weird like EastEnders connotations about leopard print. I was always thinking like Cat Slater, it's not for me, it's trashy. But then, you know, time happened. No, time is a great healer. I don't know, it took me a while. I think it's probably through reading blogs like Olivia, from What Olivia Did, and even like Man Repeller. Somehow I had a change of heart and I thought, ooh, leopard print. Leopard print's all right, isn't it? I bought this jacket from ASOS and it went in the sale. It was like £12. It was ridiculous. And I thought, you know, for £12, you can't go wrong. Sometimes with these sale items, you can take a bit of a risk because you haven't necessarily spent loads of money. Oh my God, it's been the most complimented jacket of my life. I wear it with black, sometimes I clash it with other prints. I can wear it with denim. It's just so versatile, and yeah, I just think really differently about leopard print now, and even faux fur. Like, I was never really a big faux fur person to begin with, but now I've got this like fluffy print coat as well, and I think it's all because of this baby. Like, it kind of just opened my world to a new way of putting items together. Leopard print. So next I have this Carven dress, like this lovely black skater dress. So what happened? Well, I like to do, because I studied fashion, and when I was working in fashion, we would look through the catwalk shows like religiously, and I would make my pin boards every season of every item that I thought I could realistically wear. And this actually was on one of my pin boards, but I didn't buy it until it went into the sale about 2 years later. And I think I was alerted to this via Twitter. Like, Twitter is dangerous sometimes. I'll go on Twitter and someone's tweeting like, should I buy this? And then I click on it and then I buy it. So my friend Bryony from A Girl of Style, she actually tweeted a link out to this dress. And I thought, it's actually quite a nice dress. Like, it's a skater shape, and I love a skater. Also like a cotton sweatshirt kind of material. So it's quite casual, even though it's fitted, like it's got darts and everything, and it fits really, really well, but it's a casual material. So it can be worn in a variety of different situations. I got it on the outlet. I think it was like 70% off. And I was like, should I get it? I don't know. And then it sold out, and I was like, okay, I need it again. So then luckily it went back in stock and I bought it. There's no point in having things for best. Like, I try not to own too many things that I keep away for special occasions. I like things I can wear every day, and this is one of those pieces. So now I have some shoes. So these boots are from Urban Outfitters, and I just love them for their boots. Like, a lot of their own brand boots are really, really comfortable. They have lots of different sub-brands. I think this brand is Out From Under. So I think it's meant to be a little bit Scandi inspired, and I just really love them. Like, they're a really cool platform, so they're quite comfortable. Like, most of the time I just want to buy shoes that I can walk in, and if it's like a stiletto, like if it's really pointy, if there's no platform, I'm just not going to realistically wear it. So with these, even though like if I wear them for a full day, like sometimes my feet will ache, it's never going to be as bad as when I'm wearing a traditional shoe, which is very, very rare. I think when I was at uni, I don't know, I just went a bit towy, but now I like, you know, I don't want to be mega dressed up, or I want to be a little bit kitsch or whatever, but these kind of toughen anything up. So I'll wear it with a pretty dress, or like a skirt, or even jeans or a jumpsuit. Like, I just wear them with everything. It's just my favorite pair of boots. So my 7th item is this ASOS swing coat. So when I started blogging, I was obsessed with a lot of the Scandinavian bloggers and like the coats that they would wear, like the oversized coats. Just really nice controlled volume. And for ages I wanted one of those coats, and I kind of put it out of my head and was like, okay, I don't care. But then I saw this coat on Zoe London. Like, you're sensing a theme here. I see a lot of things on other people, and then I'm like, oh my God, I need it. But yeah, so I saw this coat on Zoe London at an event, and literally I just had to order the coat right there and then. It looks so great on her. So I was, I think I had really dodgy 3G at the time, but somehow I managed to place this ASOS order and the coat was mine. And I don't know if you can gather, but my favourite colours are probably navy, grey, black, and then crazy colours and prints. But I kind of, you know, will mix grey with items to just tone them down a little bit. I think it was in the sale. Like, I think everything I buy is probably in the sale. It swishes around and I'm just like, ooh, swish, swish. My 8th item is my Bella Freud jumper. Now, because I studied knitwear design, I use this excuse for everything, but I really learnt what goes into making a good quality piece of knitwear. And now whenever I buy knitwear, I'm obsessed with looking at the quality. Like, I literally look at the label and I'm like, what yarn is this? I think she's probably been around a while, but it's only in the past few years that I've become aware of her jumpers. I think they're quite simple, considered designs. What attracted me to the 1970 motif, it's probably like the 70s coming back and me starting to think, oh, I actually quite like this decade and the flares and everything. Like, but it's also in quite a nice shape that you can wear with anything. You can probably tell that I'm into my polo necks right now. I know I've got to look after it. I've had problems with moths before. I'm storing it in a bag within my wardrobe and I'm hoping that the moths won't get to it. Here, if you put soap with it, then the moths will stay out. I bought it with my birthday money, and you know, if there's something that I really want, I will find a way to save up for it. She does sample sales twice a year, so it's worth following her on Instagram because they are crazy sample sales. I think I've got it in one of my previous vlogs, but literally all the fashion editors will go, you know, there's like people buying about 20 jumpers. It's crazy. But if you really want to own something, I think sample sales are the way to go. So my next item is this Seed by Chloe skirt, and this, I think I got this a couple of years ago, and I know, like, I remember when the first denim skirt trend came along, so like back in the noughties, I had my cut-off denim skirt and I was like, yeah, I'm an art student, whatever. You know, the Alexa Chung for AG collection came along and there were lots of denim skirts coming through, but the button-up ones, they didn't always fit me how I wanted them to. Like, I like a proper A-line, so I wanted to kind of like balance out my waist a little bit and create the illusion of hips. It's the Diffusion range for Chloe, and they do some really good denim skirts, and they do them, they're really nice and A-line, and they've got lots of nice details. So this zip detail reminds me of the boots that I showed you earlier, and it's a little bit retro. I find that sometimes when trends come along, at first I can't find items that I'm happy with, but then eventually if you just wait, you know, the right piece will come along. So, and it'll make up for like all the awkward trying on sessions and the crying and just thinking like, why do I look so bad? So for my final item, I'm saving the best till last. It's my Philip Lim Pashley bag. In terms of handbags, I've gone on a bit of a journey. I think initially I was quite into my satchels, but then I wanted something a bit more grown up eventually. So what I like about this is that it's a little bit satchel-y in the fact that you've got like the flap over bit and the detailing, but there's a lot of hardware that toughens it up. I was obsessed with this bag for ages. I think I saw it on Susie Bubble, so I decided to get it in the medium size because it's a good like everyday size. I can fit most things in it, and you know, I can fit my camera in, but it's sometimes a bit too heavy. So, you know, sometimes you just don't want to overfill it as well. It's on your shoulders and you've got to care about, you know, your shoulders and all that, your joints. I think the main thing with this bag is to read the reviews and like really do your research. If you're going to buy a designer bag, just go to the shop every day. Well, not every day, but go to the shop, try it on, you know, see how it looks with things that you wear, read the reviews online. I think there's forums, or you can Google and find out which bloggers are wearing it and ask them questions. The thing that really annoys me about this bag is that it's quite tricky to close. Like, it doesn't, sometimes you think it's closed and then it's not closed. And then the worst thing that happened is that I was running for a train and the bag just sort of like flapped open and my iPad fell out. Like, that's a first world problem. It landed face down on the train platform and I've got like a crack in my iPad which I just haven't fixed. I think it's quite deceptive. Sometimes you've got to just be really careful when you're locking it. Apart from that, it's a really, really nice bag. Like, I really like bags that are multifunctional or that you can wear in multiple different ways. So I can wear this as a crossbody, or I can just have it like in the crook, you know, in the crook. Yeah, Pashley. So those are my favourite wardrobe items at the moment. And I think I've just really matured when it comes to shopping. I think I used to buy a lot. I used to work in retail and I'd be constantly buying things, but now I'm really a lot more mindful about what I'm buying. I just want to build a wardrobe that represents me, like my personality and how I feel now, like the confidence that I've gained. I just want pieces from maybe like 5 years ago that I can wear with pieces that I bought recently, and it just works. So yeah, I'd love to do some more fashion videos, so if you've got any suggestions, let me know in the comments. I'm going to leave some links to similar items in the description box. I know that I've featured a lot of old stuff, but I kind of want to show that you don't need new things all the time. Like, sometimes it's great to have pieces that mean something and they're not necessarily the latest trend. Let me know what you thought in the comments. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!